Welcome. I'm Sheletta Brundidge. Most folks know me as Minnesota's Autism Mom, and I have partnered with the South Washington County Telecommunications Commission for Autism Awareness Month to bring you this 4-part series. Now, we had a time trying to figure out if we were going to call this Autism Awareness Month or Autism Acceptance Month. And I told these folks, listen, for me, it doesn't matter what you call it. All that matters is how people treat our children and young adults and older adults who are diagnosed on the spectrum. Now, as a part of this amazing series, we will be talking to experts throughout the autism community who are helping families help their children and adults with autism live their best lives. And today I've got my friend Valerie Patino with Accra talking to me about financial management services. Thank you so much for being a part of this program, Valerie.
Thank you, Ms. Sheletta. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, I have to tell you, I did not know about Accra, but when I found out about Accra, it changed our lives. It provided my family and my children with a better quality of life. I was able to sleep at night because you connected me to so many different services that I didn't even know were available for me and my children. Now, for folks who don't know what Accra is, tell us about Accra.
Sure. So I'm the Director of Financial Management Services. We run 2 programs under FMS, the Consumer Support Grant and Consumer Directed Community Supports. We support those families in managing their budgets. Budgets are completely customized to the client and their individualized needs. We see things such as personal supports, staffing, respite. We see homemaking services. We'll see a variety of treatments and trainings. Also modifications to their homes, vehicles, sensory items, things that will help the family to really support their loved one as individualized as possible and in their home, and make them as comfortable as possible.
And help them to thrive. My kids and I went from surviving to thriving. I remember I was working 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. at WCCO radio, and I was so sleepy because the kids would wake up at 6 and they didn't know I had just gotten home from work. They thought I was sleeping too. And one time I ran into the house. That's how tired I was. And I was talking to one of my fellow autism moms, and she said, why don't you get on the paid parent program?
Yes.
I said, what is that? She said, you need to call the folks at Accra, help them to explain to you what the paid parent program is, and then go to your social worker and talk to them about it. So I called you guys, and you told me that my children qualified to be on the paid parent program, and that would pay me to stay home with my children and take care of them. And I got rest. They got a better quality of life. They got better because I was able to be there and give them that one-on-one attention. For folks who've never heard of the paid parent program, tell us about it.
Sure. I've heard so many stories like yours, families who are constantly called into school to pick up their child, doctor's appointments, therapies, parents wanting to spend extra time with their child as they're rehabilitating in their autism diagnosis. And the paid parent program, or the paid parent service underneath CDCS and the Consumer Support Grant, allows parents to be paid to care for their children.
Okay, stop.
Yes.
When I was in Texas, I remember this like it was yesterday. A girlfriend of mine told me there's a program in Minnesota that will pay you to take care of your children that have special needs. And I said, that is a pipe dream. Who is going to pay you for something that you are already doing? It makes no sense. And she said that Minnesota is so committed to helping these children get better that there is a program out there. And I didn't believe her, so I stopped searching. This really, for parents who've never heard of the paid parent program, it sounds like it's too good to be true, but it is a program. It is available for families, and you can help them figure out how to navigate those waters.
Absolutely. Absolutely, we can. They can call our office. We have a team of navigation staff that will answer any questions and help people get started on their journey.
Okay, Tell us how they can get in touch with you. We got some more questions, but I think there's some folks who are watching right now who have a pen and some paper, and they're thinking, I don't have to work overnights and weekends. I don't have to keep putting my job on the line because I got to go to school because, you know as well as I do, some of our kids have problems in school setting for long periods of times. They, you know, are labeled as having a discipline problem, and so they are disturbing the classroom. You got to come and get them, or there's a problem, or like you said, we've got 3 on the spectrum. And so we've got these autism evaluations every year, 3 and 4 hours at a time, where we would have to leave work and we're afraid, are we going to lose our jobs? You know, I'm running out of vacation time. We won't be able to go anywhere this year on vacation because I've spent all my vacation hours running back and forth to therapy, running back and forth to the school, getting these diagnoses. So I want you to tell families how they can get in touch with Accra so they can find out how to navigate this paid parent program.
Sure. Our website's a great place to start, accrahomecare.org. Also can call our office, the main number. We would be so happy to walk you through any questions that you have with getting started with the program.
You know, that website is full of information and resources and tools for parents, caregivers, teachers, counselors, because there are a lot of people in the school district who don't know about the paid parent program. And it just blew my mind when I started spreading the word. You know, people start saying, you seem like you've been resting. You seem like you know, getting some sleep. You're finally getting some sleep. Yeah, I got hooked up with that paid parent program. And then once my kids started getting better and I was able to go back to work, Accra helped me with making sure that I had a PCA or a young lady in the house who took care of the kids so that I could work from home, so that I could go downstairs and do my podcast or radio show. Talk to me about that because, you know, like you said, it's individualized. And so what you need today for your kids, and you all know this as our children progress throughout their autism journey, might not be what you need 6 months from now. So at one point I needed the paid parent program. But when my kids got better and they got to school full time and they got in a routine and I wasn't being called as much and they were regulated and we got a good pediatrician and a good therapy system that helped them, you know, maintain their composure and regulate in classroom, I was able to say, you know what, now I can go back to work. Now I need some help. Now I need some assistance. Now I need a PCA. And you all at Accra offer PCA directed care. Talk to me about that.
We do. So PCA services are services for folks who are not on a waiver and are helping them out with those activities of daily living. So the grooming, the dressing, the bathing, transfers, mobility, helping them out with behaviors. And so it's a different program. It's not as customizable. It's not a budget. You're working with units and hours, but it is a staff person that you can choose to come in and care for your child.
And those people are trusted individuals that you know. It could be someone at your church. It could even be a family member. There are no restrictions. Talk to me about that.
Definitely, yes. It can be a trusted family member, neighbor, somebody that you meet at church, like you said, and you can choose to hire them, and Accra will come alongside and help them understand, you know, what their role is in being a personal care attendant in the home.
Now, let me just tell you this. As a parent with 3 special needs children, we got a lot going on. And some folks are watching this program and are thinking, I don't want one more form to fill out. I don't want one more thing to do. This sounds complicated. You're using initials I don't understand. You're talking about money and programs that I've never heard of before. I don't even know if I have the energy to get started. And let me just tell you, when I signed up with Accra, it was before the pandemic. And I expressed this to the customer care attendant that was helping me. I said, I'm tired. This is a lot of forms. I can't see straight. I've been working all night, taking care of these kids all day. Help me. And she physically came to my house, and I remember sitting on the floor with her. And I remember her helping me fill out these forms while I cried because I just felt overwhelmed. And that is the care with which Accra provides to their clients. And so talk to me about what help you provide parents who are hearing about this, caregivers who are hearing about this, grandmothers who are hearing about this, and they say, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I need. I need a PCA. I need to be paid to stay at home to take care of my child, because by the time I go to work and pay a child care attendant and pay for busing, I've already spent my salary. When I could stay home and not stress and not try to rush to get to school on time and scared that I'm going to be late and keep pulling them out of school and keep leaving work, I can go to Accra, but I'm exhausted. What kind of care and assistance are you giving to families who come to your door crawling, like I was doing, who say, I want the services, but I need help even just applying?
So we match each family with a service coordinator or a qualified professional, depending on the program, to really walk alongside you. Because we know these programs can be overwhelming, especially with, you've got a loved one that you're supporting, and that can be overwhelming in itself. And these programs can be complex sometimes. We do give you that individualized support to make sure that you're understanding the program, feeling comfortable each and every step. And you mentioned that needs change throughout the year. So what does that look like if a need changes in the middle of the budget year? How do you work through that? And that's very easy to do. Just connect with your county, describe the need, they'll approve the change, and we'll help you walk through that.
And I'm gonna tell y'all, that happened to me. I'm not sure if you know about our case, but we had a neighbor to move in, and he tore down the fence in the backyard, the one that separates us. And that was the old neighbor's part of the fence. Well, this neighbor didn't want fences, so he tore it down. So I have a completely open backyard, and I have a wanderer. And so I was just mortified. And he didn't know. It's his fence, right? Why would he come to ask me if he could tear down his fence? It's his yard. But it left me in an emergency situation. And I did not have the funds to pay for a new fence, but I needed one right away. I called the county, talked to my provider at Accra. They moved some funds around in my budget so that I was able to get this fence paid for with the funds to keep my son safe in our home. Who knew that even fences, combination locks, mats, sensory items, weighted blankets, all these things are available for you and your children. That's in addition to the paid parent program. Accra is helping people find the funds to get the things that their children need that you don't have to pay for, because we are already cash strapped with co-pays and medication and prescriptions and specialty doctor visits and supplements and everything else that the insurance won't cover. These funds are there and available. And I was so glad I found you, but so mad and frustrated because for 3 or 4 years, these funds were there for my children and I did not know it. And I don't want another family out there to have money available to help their kids and they not be able to access this. So I want you to tell us again before we go how folks can get in touch with you at Accra, because I want these families to have everything, every dime. Don't leave any money on the table that's available for your children.
Yes, so they can go to accrahomecare.org. They can call 952-935-3515, and we'll have an Accra Connect specialist ready to answer your call.
Thank you so much, Ms. Valerie Patino, Financial Management Director at Accra, for the work that you are doing there to help all of our children and adults who have autism. We appreciate you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right. And we thank you so much for being here today on this special Autism Awareness Month series. To see more programs in this series and for additional information about autism, go to swctc.org/autism. And I want you to share this show on your social media timelines. I want you to send it to your teachers, counselors, friends, and church members who have children, adults, and loved ones that they are caring for who have been diagnosed as on the spectrum. Don't save this information for yourself. Make sure you pass it along. Everything I've ever learned about autism to help my children live a better quality of life, I've learned from another mother. And so that's why I'm here today with my friends from SWCTC. I am so grateful for their partnership for this amazing series, so that I, as a mom, can speak directly to other parents about what's available and how to help their children. Please help me in sharing this valuable information.